G'day friends, my name is Elvis and this is the new Friend and Machine Show. So before we strap into this episode, could have said strap on. Would have totally changed the entire vibe of the video. The last episode was about 6 months ago. I'm finally in a position to be able to create the show again and just make more videos in general. So I'm excited to announce the return of the Friend and Machine Show. I miss you, buds. Now, just like when you start chewing on your fingernail and you realize you've gone 1 millimeter too short, you recognize leaving it half on could potentially ruin your whole life. I jump past the pain and bite into hundreds of gaming news stories, releases, rumors, and spit out a gaming fingernail of concentrated information right into your filthy faces. I think that sums up the show for you buds who are new. Let's kick it off with a brand new action-adventure game that just got announced, Raji, an Ancient Epic. So Raji is a new action-adventure game in development by Notting Heads Games. The reason I wanted to show you this game, along with others today, is because it gave me, be it small, a little action RPG vibe, like a Diablo game, and at this point, I'll pretty much take anything, hey. Just quickly, Raji is set in India. You play as a young girl fighting an invasion of demons. So let's talk about what's fun in the gameplay. Raji has action gameplay, similar to an action RPG, but what's most unique about Raji is the gameplay has packed in a heap of environmental stuff and leans on what you would expect from a 2D platformer. Here's where the good stuff is though. Raji is an ability-based game, so you can choose a skill set. It definitely scratches the itch of a rash I didn't even know I had. I'm just covered in rashes now, guys. First name basis with the chemist, but in all seriousness, let me throw it out there. Unless you're developing a platformer for hardcore audiences, like let's say Super Meat Boy, if action games with platformer elements do not have some kind of skill system in 2019, your game will be boring. So I'm glad Notting Heads Games understands this. I'm excited to see more from Raji. I'm not sure if it's got enough depth, considering Raji only has, 2 weapons in the game instead of an entire loot system to really make this game stick long term for me individually. As in, beat the game and want to play it again and again like most action RPGs. Although I think this could be an awesome game to play over a whole week. Let's be honest, I'm going to buy it, play it once, and keep telling myself I'm going to finish it along with the other 50 plus unfinished Steam games in my list. Feels bad, man. Now, let's talk about the newly announced survival game, Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. Survival games over the past few years have become a spectrum of the same colorway, I'm talking about Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey today because of how refreshingly different this game looks in this genre. Ancestors looks like it'll make all gamers take this game seriously, not just survival heads. It's a third-person open world survival game based in Africa 10 million years ago. The biggest hook for me is just the concept of being able to play a primate and evolve. It's just a cool concept for a survival game. I'm 90% sure the voice acting is done by Crispin Freeman, Winston from Overwatch, but I couldn't confirm this, so yeah. Verticality is the most interesting gameplay mechanic that's going on here. I've personally noticed a trend in the last 6 months in open worlds going up rather than out. And just to note again, this game is based 10 million years ago, which is considered the start of humans' journey to evolve from primates into fucking us now. How do we go so far and yet so little at the same time? Anyway, so you can see here, obviously you gotta eat, drink, sleep. We can see snatching some food. We are attacked by a monstrous eagle. There's also prehistoric tigers and other predators that I've seen so far. So that's kind of where the threat's coming from. If you boil down the true meaning of a survival experience, this is what you would get, right? This game, a nice change of pace from the 1,700 plus zombie survival games that this genre pretty much gets made up of. Zombie survival games were essentially the battle royale of 5 years ago. The only thing missing is a David Attenborough voiceover. I mean, let's be real. Just a public service announcement, by the way, while we're here. David Attenborough's 92 years old. I wish death upon no man, but let's take a stoic moment right now and acknowledge how little amount of time this British national treasure has left. Sorry to hit a dark moment here. Yeah, I think I'm just emotionally preparing myself anyway. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey looks insanely good. Okay, so before we get into our last new release, let me show you CHERNOBYLITE, another new adventure survival game, although not officially, actually no, yeah, it's on the website. This game is clearly based on the Chernobyl disaster of 1986. So yeah, which demonetized on YouTube 31 people from existence. So the lore of CHERNOBYLITE seems to be eloquently based around this, real world nuclear catastrophe, but dramatizing it to, have a guess guys, what do 90% of survival games have in common over the last 8 years? Zombies. I said eloquently earlier because so far the protagonists are just stated as, having green eyes or green-eyed creatures. Nice little dodge there. Honestly, CHERNOBYLITE looks like a promising horror experience despite the game being presented as adventure survival. I want to talk more about this game, but let's just wait for some more info to come out. So if CHERNOBYLITE is tickling your weed rash, like me, you can find the link in the description below for their Kickstarter campaign if you want to support the game. Now, the last new release today that I wanted to share with you all is Trine 4. So stick with me on this one, guys. It's a 2D side-scrolling action platformer with awesome combat. Aesthetically, Trine 4 looks effing awesome. To be honest, most games in this genre, they're not GTA or Battle Royale numbers in sales, if you know what I mean. So you can expect a measured budget, but it's clear to me that Trine 4 developers, Frostbite, they know what they want out of this game. I think if Gordon Ramsay reviewed video games instead of shitting on restaurants, specifically selected by TV producers that they know will fail, he could not fault Trine 4 if it was a dish. That was a weird analogy, right? Trine 4 is clearly publishing a AA budget game, which you can see displayed in the graphics. Personally, Trine 4 has a skill tree system, dynamic puzzles for replayability, and multiplayer as well. So you and your mates can jump on Discord, have a few IPAs, and jump into Trine 4, and maybe have some fun for the night. It looks pretty cool. I never thought I'd be interested in a game like this, but I am. I look forward to playing this. So those are the new releases I wanted to talk about today. Let's talk about the effing crazy news that's happened in gaming lately. So Nepal has banned PUBG. It also allegedly has been reported that they're prepared to arrest people if this ban is being broken. It sounds crazy, right? But this shit has already happened in other parts of the world. The scary part is, where do you draw the line with this? So is Apex Legends next, then Fortnite? My biggest concern around this is, why not follow through with an international rating system? You know what I mean? Like PG, parental guidance, MA, mature audience. We already have these guidelines for parents to follow. Stories like these just remind me how different international values and cultures are around the world. The frame rate of the game barely plays as it is, let alone influencing people to, I don't know, behave negatively. So may or may not be aware, but Epic Games are trying to capture, market share from Steam as a gaming service. So the way that they're doing this is by creating a heap of exclusives. So remember the game I talked about earlier, Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey? That's going to be an Epic exclusive. I don't want to talk about the community backlash. I don't want to talk about the developer's perspective here. That's not what I'm interested. Let that conversation be had somewhere else. Now, I will add this though. If you boil down what's going on here, Epic Games' strategy, they're essentially trying to profit off the backs of gamers like you and me by offering what I assume is a financial reward to game studios who sign these exclusives, right? If you really think about it, it would be like if PlayStation just sold games without the PlayStation console. Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't come to PC until December this year, but they can't, it's PlayStation. They're selling a thing, This behavior just makes me not trust Epic Games. I cannot take a company like this seriously, and I'm one of those people that really do consider these things when I'm buying my games. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Okay, so let me share some cool shit that I found this week, which are polar opposites of the same thing. So let's jump into this first clip. It's the original Mortal Kombat animation videos from 27 years ago. It's crazy to see how old this stuff is now. It's really cool to watch for about a minute or so, and then you get bored. Now, on the opposite end, check out this freaking Unreal 4 trailer showcasing their new photorealistic graphics. The most amazing part about this video is it's not pre-rendered cinematic trickery crazy stuff. This is a live playable world with dynamic environments.
What you see is not pre-rendered. This is running in real time on a mainstream gaming computer with a single 1080 Ti. Not only that, this is a fully interactive world. If I push this little rock off here, it's gonna go falling down.
I wanted to share this because this tech is already being used right now in games that are being developed. What's exciting is The Witcher 3 was released 4 years ago now, and GTA 5 2 years before that. I think this gives us a glimpse into next-gen gaming, which should roll out in 2020. I'm already getting my shit together for a new PC to prepare for this transition. Maybe this will inspire you too to save your own steamed hams for a new PC too. So I'm going to leave you today with this poorly executed Nintendo ad of someone stomping Toad in the crutch while he aggressively smiles back at you. No, I did not add the audio to this video. This is it. See you tomorrow, friends.